Blessed day, Joyans. Today is another day to learn new and interesting things about our new topic. So, yung new topic po natin is all about the water and soil resources. Last time po, we tackled about the energy resources, the non-renewable energy, and the renewable energy. So, napansin po natin the different percentage that we have at year 2005. And then konting usod lang po ng mga percentage up to this present po. But for now, we are going to talk about the water and soil resources. No? So mapapansin natin na ito yung last topic natin sa midterm ngayong first semester po. Okay? So when we talk about a water, it's the clear liquid that has no color, taste, or smell that falls from clouds as rain, that forms streams, lakes, and seas, and that is used for drinking, washing, and each other. And water is kind of area of water, just as lake, river, or even ocean. And specifically area of water in an area of a seawater. So mapapansin po natin na around the world, around the globe, it has 70% ay water po. No? Another idea about the water resources, the water resources are sources of water that are useful or potentially useful to humans. It is important because it is needed for life to exist. An idea for many uses of water include agricultural, industrial, household, recreational, and environmental activities. So malaki po talaga yung pinakaambag ng water po. Why we have to think more about knowledge about the water resources. Okay? Saglit lang po yung meeting po natin. Saglit lang po yung topic na ito. Pahapyaw lang po ito because naka-ankla po ito doon sa nakaraan po natin lesson about the different resources po. Meron po tayo. Other idea lang po ito ng water and soil resources. Another idea na meron po tayo for the water resources is only 2.5% of water on the earth is fresh water. And over 2/3 of this is frozen in glacier and polar ice caps. So alamin po natin how many percentage na meron po tayo. No? Water demands already exceed supply in many parts of the world. And many more areas are expected to experience this imbalance in the near future. So because of different human activities, different affection for our globe, so mapapansin po natin talaga magkakaroon ng imbalance process in the near future. No? It is estimated that 70% of worldwide water uses the irrigation and agriculture. And another idea that the climate change will have significant impacts on water resources around the world because of the close connection between the climate and the hydrologic cycle. And due to expanding human population, competition for water is growing just at many use. So mapapansin po natin na maraming kategorya, maraming pwedeng malaking ambag ang meron ng water. Pero po, mapapansin po natin sa dulo nito yung pinaka-importante. No? Sabi nga po, in the near future, sobrang hirap, sobrang magkakaroon ng tagpuyot, taggutom. Talaga pong kailangan po natin kaharapin at paghandaan po yung bagay po nito. No? The world major aquifers are becoming depleted. Many pollutants threaten water supply, but the most widespread, especially in underdeveloped countries, it is the storage of raw sewage into natural waters. No? Mapapansin po natin is the major stress, no? Nasa ano daw po ang water resources are the under major stress around the world. Rivers, lakes, and underground aquifers supply fresh water for irrigation, drinking, and sanitation, while the oceans provide habitat for a large share of the planet's food supply. Alam naman po natin, tinutukoy po natin on itself on ocean, no? Ano yung mga food supply na pwede niya pong ibigay sa ating mga humans. No? So, for other idea, for other content for resources of water. Our sources of water that are useful to humans. Uses of water include agricultural. Ito na po yung napansin po natin kanina. Ito po yung mga pictures. Ito po yung mga category item na pwede po natin kailangan wastong gamitin. No? Wasto po natin saliksikin na kailangan po sa bawat patak ng tubig ay kailangan po napapangalaga. So, sabi nga po dito, fresh water is renewable resources like soil and air. The world is supplied by clean and fresh water and it is freezing. Water is one of our most critical resources, but around the world it's under water demands already and exceeds supply in many parts of the world. And the world population continues to rise, so does the water demand. So, kitang-kita naman po natin yung importansya ng water resources. Yung topic po natin. Another aspect for water resources are divided to divisible into these categories: the surface water resources and the groundwater resources. Each of these categories is a part of the Earth water circulatory system called the hydrologic system. And it is derived from precipitation, which is rainfall flash snow. Yung po yung idea po natin. Pag tinawag po natin surface water is water in the river, lake, or freshwater wetland. Surface water is naturally replenished by precipitation and natural loss through discharge to the oceans. So mapapansin po natin, yung tinatawag po natin ditong hydrologic cycle. No? Dito rin po sa groundwater. Sa subsurface water or yung tinatawag natin groundwater is a fresh water located in the pore space of soil and rocks. So yun po yung other types or sources of water resources po natin. Okay? Another idea, desalination is to an artificial process by which saline water or saline water, generally seawater, is converted to fresh water. So ito po mga idea na to ay nilagay ko na po para po kayo'y basahin na lang po. Frozen water po, ito pa po, meron tayo nito. So yun po ang meron po. No? Alam naman po natin sa mga malalamig na lugar, meron po ang frozen water. Okay? Next po natin, soil resources. Definition of soil resource, the definition of soil is the unconsolidated organic and mineral material on Earth's surface that is capable of supporting plants. So, medyo ko-connect po natin ito yung kaninang pinag-usapan po natin, which is the water resources. A dynamic natural body in which plants grow that is composed of mineral and organic materials and living organisms. Okay? Soil forming factors. No, mapapansin po natin yung pinaka-mabigat na pambag dito, which is the climate. When temperatures are below freezing, the composition of organic matter and water movement are slow. What? Because soil development in the humid tropics is accelerated by the rapid weathering of rock and soil minerals, the leaching of nutrients, and the decomposition of organic stratus, precipitation, and temperature changes. Kaya po bumabagal yung temperature process. Topography is the presence of or absence of mountains and valleys that slope have little or no soil on them. So, because soil and rock continually transported down the slope by gravity, moderate slope and valleys may encourage the formation of deep soil. No, mapapansin po natin yung planting process o planting idea about the soil resources. So time grassland soil have rich organic matter and how long time it has been altering parent materials over geologic timescale. So mapapansin po natin that soil composition has 45% mineral particles and 5% organic matter. And 25% is water because of the precipitation. 25% is air because more of sweet soil, sandy soil, less with clay soil. And soil organism is merely in 1 teaspoon of fertile agricultural soil, which means meron tayong tinatawag ng mga microscopic worms, algae, fungi, and bacteria. It's provide ecological services such as worm testing, decomposition to humus, breaking down of toxic materials, cleansing water, nutrient cycling from decomposer or abundant. So yun po yung meron po tayong mga composition component o composition content po natin about soil. And we have components of soil, minerals, materials, organic materials, and living organisms. Yan po yung mga sample na meron po ang soil po natin. Okay po? So yun po yung mapapag-usapan po natin about the two topic about the water resources, the importance of the water, and the soil resources, the important how the plant grow because of the different composition component. So yun po yung last topic po natin sa midterm po, no? So dinagdag info lang po itong last lesson po natin dun sa nakaraang pong lesson po natin about the non-renewable or the conventional and then renewable energy resource. So mapapansin po natin, guided po tayo. Pwede po itong maging guide niyo po sa pagsagot po ng SIM number 6 because nasa week number 6 na po tayo. And then hanggang dito po yung nalamanin po ninyo ng inyong pong ng inyong pong review test or ng bank test po sa susunod po. Thank you so much, STEM student. God bless you all and have a great day.